All right. Hey, Coach.
Hey.
You got Oklahoma coming up. I covered Raegan Beers when she was at Oregon State during that Elite Eight run. What kind of challenge does she present for you guys?
Obviously, she's one of the best bigs in the SEC and in the nation, so definitely poses a problem. She's she runs the floor really well. She always gets like phenomenal position in the guard circle, and she's just a force to be reckoned with in the paint. So we've just got to make sure that we can't let her establish position early. We've got to make sure that we are running the floor and doing the best we can to try to contain and obviously send help.
What's the vibes around the team? I mean, this time next week you'll be in Greenville for the SEC tournament. I mean, does it feel like the season's gone by fast for you guys? I mean, how has this season gone for you compared to other seasons in your career, just as far as the speed of it?
I don't, I feel like the older I get, the quicker everything goes. So, even in the midst of the adversity we've been facing, in a rebuild in our first season with, trying to, lay the groundwork, lay the foundation and really kind of start over. There have been moments where it might feel like it's been a little longer, but I think ultimately, time flies. And no matter what, on good days or bad days, I have the opportunity to do what I love. And that's coach basketball and be around young people and hopefully make a positive influence on them. So time's definitely fleeting.
And I guess just looking at this last week, I mean, as far as the team, how are just morale? I know, when you look at the record, it could some players it could have an effect on them, but are you seeing still a high morale just as far as interactions in practice and locker room, things like that?
Yeah, I feel like they still we've been talking a lot about being where your feet are, and going through hard situations. You don't get to decide how long you're in a bad situation or you're facing adversity or when things aren't going your way. And but you can still you can still bring energy, you can still bring positivity. There's always something to be thankful for. The other day we started practice with something they're grateful for. Well, there's always something to be grateful for and thankful for, even when it might not feel like that or it might not seem like that. There's always something worse in life, always something worse. And so just, trying to bring it back full circle and keeping their spirits up and just, helping them to also continue to have fun with it, even in the midst of that.
All right, that's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you.
Winston, you got anything? Who, you got anything?
Coach, I called your game back when you were the head coach at ORU and when you played Tulsa. And you were very up tempo and your teams played so fast. And I know you're implementing that now in Arkansas. Could you talk a little bit though about doing that, but also with the Sooners being such a high pace and high powered offense, kind of how do you finagle the two, but still try to slow it down some, but play your game as well?
That's like you said, we're trying to implement that right now, and it does take time to implement the high octane offense that we're running in the dribble drive.